Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Logically Not. I want to do a quick video this evening. The new patch just released for POE2 that buffed the loot. I've done a run on a corrupted Nexus map just a little bit ago, and I wanted to, just kind of show y'all what I got for that. I didn't see much difference. Um, you know, uh, Now, it wasn't a fully juiced map for sure. I did change some gear uh, to get a little bit of rarity on my gear um, where I didn't have any. The video I'd done the day before yesterday, I didn't have any on any of my gear, but I did put a few pieces on to give me some rarity. And then the precursor I had some rarity. Like I said, definitely wasn't fully juiced, but um, you'll see in the gameplay, what modifiers I had on it. But I was getting 22 with the bracers, and then I also had this charm that was giving me an additional 15 for any rare, unique enemy that I killed. Um, Nothing else I have has any on there. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I want to just do a quick video on that. And my personal opinion, like I said in my video the other day, I've not really had an issue with getting currency as long as I had rarity on the map that I was playing, right? So it didn't seem, now this is only just one map, even though it was a corrupted Nexus map. Um, I just didn't see much of a difference. I did see a little bit of difference. There was a breach in there. I did see a difference in the amount of breach splinters I got. I did think that was definitely more. Probably a third more, maybe even I don't know, maybe like a third more. I would say than what you normally get. Um, so yeah, I mean, that definitely was more. But as far as like the loot drops, it looked about the same to me. But like I said, it's just one map. But yeah, I just want to do a quick video on that. Uh, you know, I I also got a PS5 Pro today. I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna play with it a few days. Um, I will say that this game is playing so much cleaner. Um, with the Pro as far as performance. The stuttering, when you get a lot of enemies on the screen, that is negligible at best. As from what I've been playing for a few hours with it. It's a lot different as far as that's concerned, and also visually. Now I do have a very nice monitor, um, so I think I'm gonna do a I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna play with it a few days. I'm also gonna put it on my regular 4K TV because I see a lot of people saying that uh, if you don't have a nice monitor or a very nice TV, that there's really no difference. So I'm gonna put it on my regular TV and and play with it that way too, and just kind of give my opinion on it. But I will say for this game, it is very very noticeable difference. Um, but anyway, let's get into the video, the gameplay. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll get going in. All right, so here we go. I'm just going through my nodes. I did notice I had a corrupted Nexus open that I could throw a map in. Um, this is a T15 map. It's irradited, so it's playing like a 16. Um, then we'll see what I get here. But it's so hard to find a T16 map. I've only found a couple in my time with the game. I just may be in the wrong place to find them. Uh, I'm not sure, but yeah, I've only found like two. And I would like to find some more. simply because the XP is so hard to, it takes so long to get any meaningful gains on your XP. When you get into the 90s. So, but anyway, yeah, we're just gonna see what I get here. Not sure exactly what I had as far as mob density. I'm pretty sure I had some on the precursor, but I definitely seen a difference. Like I said, in the breaches, I got definitely got more splinters than I normally get there. But as far as like the loot, I'm getting a lot of gold. The loot, looking about the same. I'm really liking this build. It does really well. A lot different than I see people playing with on this game, but I like being different. You know, it's definitely different, but it is effective. Yeah, I really need to upgrade my weapon. That needs to be our priority. But yeah, so far, I mean, we're just looking about the same. This map wasn't really as crazy as they are sometimes. Sometimes you get these and they're just like every monster you kill, they pop out of the ground, But this one was pretty tame for the most part. It almost gets stuck there. But yeah, the PS5 Pro, man, I definitely tell a difference, performance-wise and visually. You can get to the other setting with the Pro on this game. Uh, the AI setting or whatever, and we still have rendering issues on the floor, but yeah, you can get to the other setting, and it's just a bunch of gold. But yeah, you get to the other setting, and I definitely notice a difference. The stuttering, like I said, it's hardly noticeable from what I've seen so far. Where it was like really bad sometimes on the regular PlayStation. I usually take what people say when it comes to video games with a grain of salt. Until I see it for myself, I had went back and forth on buying one. I thought about going to PC, But I'm just stubborn. I've been a console player since I was a very since I was early grade school, whatever. The Nintendo come out when I was in like the second grade or first grade. So and then I had an Atari before that. So I've always been console, and I'm just hard headed. I'm probably never going to switch. When they had the network went down, the PlayStation Network went down a few months ago, dude. I was so mad. I was ready to go buy a PC then, but I've gotten over it. Um, I looked at them. I looked at them today, as a matter of fact, and I just decided to just get a Pro. But yeah, I mean, I don't see much different in the loot, man. I really don't. Like I said, it's just one map. We'll see. See what happens long term, but I just didn't see much difference here. But in my opinion, I just don't think. I don't know if adding loot was the answer, or a answer. Um, I was in the forums last night when they had the when they rolled the servers back, and there was kind of like mixed thoughts on it there, and I'm kind of with the camp, like, hey, it needs to stuff needs to stay rare to give the game a purpose, right? Because if everything's easy to get, everything's easy to obtain. I mean, there's really no point in playing. Um, it's a different game at that point, right? If everything's really easy to get. But yeah, the splinters definitely were more. It's closing up. Oh, ended up getting that hand. I seen there at the last second. That was a nice stack too. It was like 9. I think it was 9. Like 9. Yeah, I hadn't seen a ring. I hadn't seen a breach ring in a while, man. And I do one of these almost every map I play. Uh, has a breach in it, and I've not seen a breach ring in. I've only gotten 2, uh, but I've not seen one in a while, man. And that's kind of aggravating because I need rings. I'm just trying to kind of hold out for a breach, for some nice breach rings, but I've not seen any. That lightning, man. It always shows up at the craziest times. I think I no-hit this dude. Pretty sure I do. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that boss there is, whenever you got to fight one of those, this is not really, they're not really impressive as far as like difficulty. But yeah, it's just it's not much there. It's like you normally see. Like I said, I didn't have a problem with the loot before. But if you're gonna buff the loot, right, we should see some returns. But like I said, it's just one map. I just want to put a video out there this evening. Since they did release the patch, and maybe get a couple of views and give me something to do. All right. So let's go back to camp and see what we got. So we got a couple exalts, one armor scrap, 30 breach splinters. Like I said, about a third more. Usually get around 20 if you keep it open, and got 30 there. So yeah, or double, or that's more than that, really. Um, yeah, 30's good, man. 30's good. The gear didn't really have, what I'm saying. I don't know if they done anything with the gear as far as what kind of rolls you were getting. I don't think they did, but as usual, the gear was kind of lackluster that I picked up, and we sold it for gold. And like I said, I'll do a video on my thoughts on the PlayStation Pro in a couple of days. But anyway, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Questions, comments, whatever. Feel free to leave it in the comment section. Um, y'all have a great night and a great weekend, and we'll catch y'all later.